Hi, I'm Craig DiMarco. I'm doing an informative speech on the mysterious surroundings around Kurt Cobain's death. There's a lot of speculation on whether it was suicide or murder. And Kurt Cobain's body was found April 8th, 1994 in Seattle, Washington in his greenhouse. And he had been dead a few days, they think, since April 5th. There's just a few things around his death that I think are funny, and there's a lot of websites and everything and a few videos that were made about his death. One, him not being suicidal. The suicide note looking like it was tampered with, like half of it's in 2 different fonts. And then a guy that was offered to pay to kill him ended up dead right after he talked about it. And they say that when Kurt Cobain died, he had so much heroin in his system that he shouldn't have even been able to pick up a gun. But anyways, my first point is he wasn't suicidal. Leading up to the days of his supposed suicide, he was on a plane with the bassist from Guns N' Roses, Duff McKagan, and he said he was in good spirits. And after he got off the plane, a limo picked him up, brought him down to a downtown Seattle, and he ate at a restaurant with some friends outside. I guess he was walking by and they saw him. He sat down and everyone said he was in good spirits. And you can find a lot of the last days of his on justiceforkurt.com. It tells about his last days. Point number 2 is the suicide note. Suicide note was written in 2 fonts. And pretty much the whole note it has a few quotes from the Neil Young song, and it mostly talks about he's tired of faking it on stage and it's not fun anymore. He's just tired of the whole rock life scene. And in the end, he says, for her life will be much better and happier without her, his daughter. But it's written in a whole nother font. It's not written anything like the letter. Why would he change how he's writing at the end? But that's one thing that's always been curious to people. And you can find that note at KurtCobainSuicideNote.com. You can see copies of that, and it's also been transferred to just text so you can read it without trying to read his handwriting. My third point is there's a movie called Court and Courtney, and it's directed by Nick Bloomfield, and it goes through his final days and interviews his family and people that knew him, ex-girlfriends and everything. And in this movie, at the end, there's a guy that says he was offered $50,000 to kill Kurt, but he says he didn't do it, and he names off the first name of the guy that got paid to do it. But then a week after they filmed this movie, the guy El Duce was found dead on a railroad track, and they say it was suicide, but there's no proof of that, and they said there was no reason for him to have killed himself. And you can get that movie. It's called Court and Courtney. It's from 1998, and it's a good movie, and it has all the things that I'm saying and all the weird circumstances. Thank you.